crop is going to interact with the environment. You are going to sow the crop in the open area. There so many environmental stress, like environmental factors, like affect the growth of the development of the crop. For that, another branch of agronomy can be said as environmental science. You can see, you can you can understand from this that agronomy is has been science. Agronomy derived from the crop science, soil science, and as well as environmental science. Clear? And that is why here you can say that agronomy is central theme of agronomy is soil crop environment relationship, where we are learning about what is the relationship of the soil with the crop. Similarly, crop with soil as well as with the environment, as well as environment with the crop. Till now we are discussing crop production practices of so first of all, now let us discuss what is um, crop. Crop. When crop, that anything that any crop can be considered as a crop. So let us understand which type of plant population can be called as crop. Students, when plants of same kind are cultivated, oh, you have to remember the term that when you are cultivating same kind of plants on a place at a place for commercial subsistence purpose, that group of population of plants is called crops. Like for example, rice. You might have seen that field rice. You will see that in that particular field farmers have grown rice crop. You will see each and every plant of rice that is grown over that particular area, that particular piece of area. That field have a crop, that is your rice crop. Whenever you see any area that is cultivated with same kind of plant, be it for subsistence purpose or subsistence. What is the meaning? Basically it is fulfilling the requirement of the farmer's family. Okay. Subsistence purpose or commercial purpose. Many of commercial purpose is for selling market. Okay. um, Farmers growing crops not just for fulfilling their own requirement, but also, but also selling it in the market for commercial purpose. The activities turned into a piece of land where own managed over a piece of land. These are called as crop. Okay, clear? Next, after discussing what is crop, let us move on to the classification of crops. That is better understanding. Students, crops have been classified into three groups, basically based on the scale and on which they are. Based on that, we have three categories of first, let us garden crops. Garden crops, you might have seen that in your kitchen garden or flower garden. I have seen the backyard gardens. So very small scale. You are growing few crops, and these crops grown for consumption purpose, means fulfilling their requirement of their family. So crops grown in a very small scale known as garden crops, and purpose here is just to fulfill their requirement of the family. Okay. Next, after garden crops, that comes the field crops. scale of field crop is more than the garden crop. Its purpose is not only not only meeting the consumption but also for commercial purpose. The farmers sell these crops to the market and earn profit also. Right? These are called as field crops. On your field crops, scale is more than garden crops. It can be 1 hectare, it can be 2 hectare, it can be 10 hectare, it can more than 10 hectares. And all these crops like rice, wheat, pulses, for cotton, these can be grown as a field crop. These are called field crops. Now there is one more category, that is a plantation crops. Now students, there are few crops like tea, coffee, rubber. They cannot be grown on a field because they field is a very small scale for such crops. They are grown on a very large scale. Okay, they are grown on large scale, like you might have seen that tea garden, you might have seen that coffee garden, rubber plantation you might have visited. So there, once he has established these crops, these cannot be uh, plucked out or cannot be plucked out, or we do not need to resow these crops after year after, because just like in field crops, it's in field crops what we are doing, uh, we are showing the rice, harvesting it, show the something and harvesting once. But in plantation, once we are established, or years it will be there. Oh, example, tea garden, tea estates, coffee estates. You don't need to pluck whole plant. Y- Reshow, that is not needed. These crops are usually perennial in nature, and they are that last state. That's why they are different from garden crops. A different category known as plantation crops. Example, I have given you tea estates, coffee estates, rubber plantation, coconut plantation. These are all comes under plantation crops. Now we are discussing regarding agronomy, and we are concerned is field crops. Agronomy is about how they are classified. We can have the better understanding, right? So students, to understand the field crops, first of all we need to understand the classification. Through this